What's your name, sir?
My name is Jim Hartley.
Never heard of
I'm looking over here. Yeah.
How do you spell that, Jim?
JIMHARTLEY.
Where are we?
We are at Studio A, Little Mark Productions, in the industrial portion of Seattle, SoDo. Is this SoDo? Is this? We're like on the cusp of like SoDo and Georgetown, aren't we? We're like
Airport Way.
We're that. We're,
I just think it was Airport Way.
How would you describe this space?
I don't know how I'd describe the space. Compact, fun, almost my home once.
And you, what instrument do you play?
I'm the bass player, of sorts.
Of
Basses.
what band?
I'm the bass player from. You asked what instrument? Well, I'm the bass player for Alex 9.
Thank you. Where did Schmel come from originally?
I don't think the cat wandered in. I think Schmel was, from what I understand, Jim Cruzy said that he got it to fend off rats and did a good job at it. Pretty sure he pulled the cat in but left it to its own devices, its own means or whatever. There's always cat food out there, out in the hall. So it had no, not anymore. There might be like some like, hey, there could be some kibble out there. We should get some and round it up. Like, here's Schmel's old kibble. There's got. I mean, I can't imagine this place ever being swept. Ever.
So is this place dirty, would you say?
Well, not dirty. It's lived in. It's dirtier than my apartment.
Think so?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. My apartment for a bachelor is pretty clean.
The dirt looks the best.
Generally. Like right now, it's probably at the worst it usually is.
So how long have you been here at this space?
What is it like? Has it been 5 years?
Yeah,
Ish. It's 5 years roughly. Before this space, it used to just be Scan and me practicing in a garage where I used to live and work at the same time in Shoreline. And God, I'm so glad I got out of there. Yeah, and then we ended up practicing out here about then. And then we picked up Krista, our drummer, as a drummer, and she kind of like changed things a little bit for us because we really weren't playing to any rhythm. It was kind of crazy for a while. I don't even think she believed it was anything really until she played for a little while.
Nice.
Like, it was like, I don't get it, for like 3 months or something like that. Then it started working.
So how did you discover this space originally?
I discovered it through my guitar player Scan, who used to practice here in the neighboring room where the Limbs practice now.
How does someone generally hear about this space? Like, what's the
As far
process?
as I know, it's always been like word of mouth.
Word of mouth?
There's a, or at least there was a web presence from this space up until last year. I don't know if that ever got any bands in here. I don't think he has any. I don't think Jim has any problem getting bands in here, really.
So how does one go about renting a room? Is there a waiting list? Is there usually space available? How's
at this point, I'd say there's space available because of the fire. I think some people might have left. There has been a waiting list of sorts in the past where the rooms were fairly full. If you can get in with somebody else who is renting a room and let them share some of this the time, like during the week that they're days that they're not practicing, that's a good way to get in. That's how we operate this room. There's 2 other bands that rehearse in here.
So how much?
This generally has been 2 other bands, rotating in and out. We've been in here steady.
How much does this room rent for total and out of your pocket?
That's like $535, something like that, rough ballpark. I feel like I need to look that direction. It's like $400, $430.
And
340 bucks.
340
It's
bucks.
340 bucks.
Okay, well, we just say, so yeah.
so
it's
how much does it cost to rent this space a month?
Well, it cost me $34. Gets my share.
Cool. Any other questions you want me to ask you?
Scan?
It was beautiful.
Oh yeah, I have questions I should ask. So, what's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you at this space?
Oh, come on. You probably know the answer and I don't. I don't know.
Tell us about the fish out in the hallway.
Oh yeah, well, there's a there's like a mechanical singing fish hanging above our doorway, and
What song does it sing? Can you hum a few bars?
but I'm not gonna hum any bars, but one of them's "Don't Worry, Be Happy," and was the other one like "Bad to the Bone" or something like that, and we keep forgetting to like buy batteries for it because they're C batteries. Who the fuck buys C batteries for anything anymore? What uses C batteries anymore, really? I mean, I know what you want to say, but I don't even think those use C batteries anymore. So eventually we're going to get a C battery in there and we'll be able to press that thing on the way out, because that is like, it's like one of those two is like, like the swan song on the way out as we walk out for the evening. And there's another fish up there that's like skinless. It's just bones. We've never put a battery in it.
We have put batteries.
I see, and I don't remember it.
Tell us about the people who used to rent this space. People who've been in here.
Well, there've been, I can't.
Did Alex not ever have any other members?
I figured you were guiding me towards Slava. We had this Ruski drummer who he was kind of flaky. He was in the band for a little bit. Then he joined some other band called Narnica or something like that, because I think he really wanted to get in like the singer's pants, and then that didn't work out. And then he stiffed us on rent somehow. And the band that he had in here toward the end, they would like leave stale beer and cigarettes and shit in here and be trashed. It was like,
So, other than that, has Alex not had any other members?
We had a member whose real name is, his identity has to remain hidden for legal reasons. But he's bald, and he kind of had looked like, we were trying to come up with a name for him, like a stage name. He's always talking about how he looks like Lex Luthor or something like that, or whatever. He had this fascination with it. So, and I was thinking about, at the time, I wanted to have our drummer wear like a monkey suit, like run around and like do this thing with the cymbals, like big gorilla, like just as a gimmick, and that didn't work out. But like I kind of somehow it hybridized into this thought of like, remember this commercial where like, it might not have been Samsonite luggage, but I'm saying it is. And it'd be like this. It was a Samsonite like briefcase or no suitcase in a cage with a fucking gorilla that's going fucking, a gorilla going ape shit. How's that? And it was like just pounding the shit out of this thing, and they were trying to show the strength of like the Samsonite. So basically, what we went with was I'm not going to make a long story short. His stage name ended up being Lex Samsonite, and he was our singer for a brief moment in Frolics time.
Our first gig, and then no one came back.
Yeah. So,
And then at some point he excused himself from the band,
sure.
and he had rosacea.
I have no further questions.
Me neither. I feel like we've all just been on a journey.